Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to look at how to become a shareholder in Ghana. We're also going to look at what a public and a private company is, how you can buy shares in public and also private companies, how much you need to start buying shares in Ghana, and some of the benefit that comes with being a shareholder in Ghana. Also, later in this video, I'm going to demo how you can buy and sell stocks from the Ghana Stock Exchange right from your mobile phone. So stick through to the end of this video. Let's get right into it. Okay, so right from the basics, buying shares or equities in a particular company simply means that you own a part of that company. Okay, so if you buy shares in MTN Ghana, it means that you are now a shareholder of MTN Ghana. You own shares in MTN Ghana. Now, if you look at the Ghana Stock Exchange, there are about 37 companies listed there at the moment. Now, if you think about it, there are more than 37 companies in Ghana. So why is it that we have only 37 companies on the stock exchange, right? Now, this takes us to the next part, that is the difference between public and then private companies. So there are so many companies in Ghana, right? But only 37 of them are currently listed as public companies, which means that the general public can go on the stock exchange and then trade. That means they can buy and sell stocks or shares of these companies, right? Now, all of these other companies that we know in Ghana that are not presently listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange, we can classify them as private companies. Now, you can still buy shares in these companies, right? But you can't buy shares from them from the Ghana Stock Exchange because these companies are private. The reason why we have a fewer companies listed on the stock exchange compared to those that are private is just for the fact that if you are listed on a stock exchange, someone can just go on the stock exchange and buy shares in that company. Maybe let's say 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares, 1 million shares, whatever. They can just buy as much as they want to buy on the stock exchange. Okay, so ideally, a lot of people don't want to list their companies on a stock exchange because they want to control their businesses without having the general public determine what they need to do. All right. So that's one reason why we have a fewer companies in Ghana listed on the stock exchange. Aside that, there are other factors. They have a lot of regulations when it comes to becoming a public company. There are some measures you need to have in place. There are some sort of targets you need to hit and all of that to become a public company. So we're not going to get more into that because that's not the focus of this particular video. So let's get going. Now, if you are a shareholder of any company in Ghana or even any company in the world for that matter, you become a part owner of that particular business. So that means that all those annual general meetings, all those shareholder, engagements that a company organize for their shareholders and stuff, you're going to get notified and they're going to ask your opinion about things, right? Although if you own a fewer shares in that particular company, your views are not going to go that far, right? But then as you build your way to becoming a board member, you can still attend annual general meetings, meet other shareholders, and then engage with them. So if you invest in MTN Ghana right now, or Go or Bob, or any of these companies that are currently listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange, whenever there's any shareholder engagement, you're going to get a notification either through SMS or email, and then they're going to invite you to come attend an event, and then you'll be able to meet other shareholders, right? Or the senior men in the country. The fact that you've even bought shares in that company tells the people that, okay, this person really believes in this company. Okay, so over time it builds you and you get to engage more. So when it gets to the point where you're even looking for a job, it's much easier. You know the people to talk to, the people you already meet when you go for shareholder engagements and stuff like that. Okay, so that is one advice that I'll give you. If you are currently at a position where you can buy some shares in a particular company, especially companies that you would want to be a part of, I advise that you go for it. I advise that you buy those shares because they are not even expensive. Okay, now the next point is about how much you need to buy shares in Ghana. A lot of people think they need a lot of money to be able to start buying shares in Ghana, but ideally you don't need that much. If you look at the stock exchange right now, at the time we're recording this video, MTN shares is currently being sold around 1.80 Ghana cedis. That's less than 2 Ghana cedis at the moment. That means that if you have 100 Ghana cedis, imagine the number of shares you can buy. If you have 1,000 Ghana cedis, imagine the number of shares you can buy. However, to be able to buy shares on the Ghana Stock Exchange, you need what we call a stock broker. Okay, so you need an intermediary between you and the stock exchange that will enable you to buy stocks, and this is what we call a stock broker. Now, a lot of stockbrokers in Ghana are pretty manual. You need to go through a lot of manual processes to get to buy stocks. You need to go to their physical location, which is mostly banks, because there are a lot of these banks that are also operating as stockbrokers. So you go to them, you tell them you want to buy shares, you fill a form, and then you have to wait for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, get this done, all before you actually get to buy shares, right? I think it's pretty ridiculous because we are in time and day that things are happening fast. We don't even have to go to banks or physical locations to do some of these things. It has to be done, pretty easy, and then things needs to move quick. Getting into that, I'm going to share this particular product or this particular application that I have discovered and I think is great. It's developed by IC Securities, which is also one of the leading stockbrokers here in Ghana, and you can use them to actually buy stocks on the Ghana Stock Exchange. So I'm just going to take my phone and then take you through that process. So on your App Store or Play Store, depending on whichever device you use, you can search for IC Wealth, and then you find it over here, right? This is it. I've already downloaded it, so I'm just going to tap on open. So this is how it looks. It's pretty simple. All right, all you have to do is to tap on register, and then it takes you through the process. You just input your name here, just like that. Okay, you hit next, ask for your email and your phone number, and you go through the process, and then you create an account. I'm not going to go through all the various steps because it's very simple. You just go through them, put in your details, and you create an account. All right, it's pretty simple. I already have an account, so I'm just going to log in and show you guys how this actually looks like. Okay, so now this is how the account looks like. I think it's really easy to now buy shares, right? So you come in here, and over here there's the dashboard, there's liquidity fund, which is different from the actual stock market. This is something that's been offered by IC Wealth, right? They have their own investment program that you can put money into it, and then you get some sort of returns in a year period or so. But that's not the focus of this video, so yeah, enough of that. But then the most important part is Trade Live, which is this one. So if you go to Trade Live, then you'll be able to buy shares from the Ghana Stock Exchange. Okay, but then if you see here, it says that we are setting up your account with CSD to enable you trade equities with us. Now the question is, who is CSD? Now I think CSD is the guy that's making the whole process a little bit longer, because when you create an account, CSD is supposed to give you an account number, which will allow you to buy equities from the Ghana Stock Exchange, right? Whoever you are, to be able to buy from the Ghana Stock Exchange, CSD needs to create an account for you. Now, I think CSD is doing their process a little bit, manual, and because of that, it sort of delays, your verification on this particular application, right? So with CSD's process, it's going to take a bit of time, maybe like 1-2 weeks or something like that, right? Because that is a bit manual, okay? But after that is approved, you'll be able to use this particular application to buy and sell stocks on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Now, if you look at the far left, you can see the logos of all of these companies that are listed on the stock exchange. All the way to the far right, you can see how much they are being sold for. All right, so if you scroll through them, there's Cowbank here for 35 pesos. Yeah, it's crazy. Look at the prices, man. This is the share price of EcoBank, right? This is 6 cities or 6 Ghana cities, right? Look at Enterprise Life. This is around 2.39. This is less than 2 cedi 50 pesos. GCB is around 5 cedi 50 pesos. There is MTN Ghana around 1.80. There's PBC 0.02 Ghana cedis, right? There is Samba for 0.55, Standard Chartered Bank for 19.26, SIC 0.25. Unilever is even trading around 13.43. That is less than 14 Ghana cedis, right? Total less than 10 Ghana cedis. Tullow Oil less than 12 Ghana cedis. Guys, man, why are you not buying shares? I mean, look at the price, man. It's crazy. You just need to go through this process, create an account and start buying shares. I mean, don't overthink it, right? The big organizations that we know. There's Tulo on there, there's Total here, there's Unilever, there's MTN Ghana, there's Enterprise Life. You know these companies, man. So if you just invest money in any of these companies, over time you're certainly going to make a lot of money. And at this point, for a company that is trading around 1.80 Ghana cedis, it's significant for you to understand that that is the bottom it can be, because it can go all the way to about 30-40 Ghana cedis. And imagine you invested 1,000 Ghana cedis at the time the company is trading around 1.80 Ghana cedis, and then at the time that you want to start selling off your shares to take your money or anything like that, the company is actually trading around 35 Ghana cedis per share. Just think about it, right? Is a lot of money. Okay, and aside the money you will make from selling your shares or from capital appreciation, you can also make a lot of money from dividends. And dividends is basically the profit that a company decide to share for the shareholders, right? So the money that they make at the end of the year, they take a portion of that and they share it back to all the people that own shares in that particular company. So if you take, for example, some of these big companies like Unilever, MTN, GCB, all of these companies, they give dividends. Okay, so if you are a significant shareholder, or you have a lot of shares in this company and you are getting some dividends coming to your pocket, this is money that they are giving you, like, this is the money we made this year and this is how much we are giving to all our shareholders. So take this and enjoy your life. You understand? Thank you for watching this video up to this point. My name, of course, is Alfred. If you're new here, kindly subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe. Okay, kindly hit that subscription button. Okay, and then also like this video. If there's any comment at all, you can drop it in the comment section. Let's connect. You can also follow me on all social media platforms at ALFNKANSAH. All right, let's connect. I'll see you in another video.